What is going on, my friends? I'm Eddie Barrett with Atomic Auto Works. We are a restoration and customization shop located in New England. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, friend, thanks for coming back. If you're new to our channel, welcome, and hopefully you enjoy what you see with us. Today we're going to be making some bomber seats. Some low back bucket seats for, these ones are for like a hot rods and gassers. Sometimes they actually go in like British sports cars, Italian sports cars, Dune buggies. And actually some of these are going, one of these is going in a gasser and one of them is going in a Dune buggy. So let's take a look. We got the, you can see we already have the, you can never pick up the Flake on camera. It's a shame. But we have the gold ones are going in a Dune buggy and for a customer out of Australia. And then the charcoal ones are going for a gasser down south somewhere. Anyway, let's get going to make them. I'm going to go through and do this seat, tell you a little bit about it. This one here, I think what I'm going to do is every time we do some new products, I'm going to explain what industry they go to, what there are, and like all the little nuances about it. So this one here, we're building these. This is for a gasser. It's very common. A lot of guys are doing 70s gassers now, and they want a really cool retro seat. Ironically, 20 years ago, we came out with a retro bomber seat, and it was a gel-coated seat in full flake, and it looked really cool. It was very expensive to make. We didn't sell a lot of them. And then we went and started making them actually out of metal flake vinyl, which is this Naugahyde stuff. Ever since we started doing that, they sell like crazy. Well, not say like crazy. It's not a huge seller. We do them every week, but it's not like it's that huge, you know. So I'm just heating up this vinyl. It's cold here. We're in New England. It's the winter. When you come in the morning, everything's really, really cold. I am going to have to probably make like a hot box where you store the material in it to keep it really hot so it's more mountable. What's funny about these seats is we do everything different than you do in upholstery. Normally when you do upholstery, you leave your material inside out and you roll it over. With this here, we don't. We actually pull it inside out, or right side out, and put it on. This material is really tough to work with when it's cold. It does not want to bend. This material also, a lot of people charge more when you use this type of material, just because when you're turning it around and moving it sticks to itself. It's really tough to work with. Once you get it on, it's really cool looking though. So I had already applied glue to the back side of the cover and to the foam. I'm just going through and getting it wet again and reactivating everything so it sticks really well. I like to glue these ones because I like these to have a nice deep shape to them. And I try to heat this up while the glue's drying to make it move a little bit. This stuff here, it's a firm material. Get it nice and warm. When you see upholsterers smacking stuff, it's not because we're angry all the time. What you do is, a lot of times you'll pull your material, but pulling your material, it leaves like it stretches the material, and if you actually hit it, it almost shocks it, so whatever you're stretching goes down versus, see if you pull it and you let go, it goes right back up. So now we hit it and it stays down. And so I'm pulling these wrinkles out. The other side was a lot worse. So a lot of times what you want to do is I want to get this material down here. You'll see like when I was talking about the slapping the material before, you could pull it, right? And you can pull it and you still got that, it's really hard. And I'm pulling the heck out of this thing. But if I pull it and slap it, you see how it's going away? So we get rid of all that. But what you want to do is you want to get it nice and warm so that when you pull it, you're stretching it even farther, because a lot of times you'll pull it and you'll slap it and you'll get that wrinkle out a little bit. After sitting for a while, it'll kind of come back a little bit. So you want to get it nice and warm and overstretch it. You know what's funny is I'm stretching the inside seam here and remembering a story. Years ago, we used to make this all one piece, like 20 years ago. And installing them was a nightmare because one little thing off and you'd have a big wrinkle or creases and it looked like heck. So I remember one of my customers was very good at his business and he always used to tell me, if there's a problem, you just get rid of it and move on. And so we did. We ended up putting this stitch here and eliminated the problem, and we've been doing it like that ever since. And it was funny because we fought forever to get rid of these wrinkles. Pull it. That's it. All right, now we're moving to one of the harder parts, and that's take this material and move it. And this material, as I said before, does not like to move. So I'm going to heat it up, and we're going to smack it. And what we're trying to do is just pull enough tension that it takes, obviously, all the wrinkles out, but it also pulls our welt. This welt, we have to, it's a little bit forward. When we pull it, I want it just back even with that line. So now I'm going to go through here, and what I do is I'll try to get my hand down there, but this material doesn't move. And we're just going to warm this up. I'm going to warm this whole back up. And you'll see as it warms up, my hand can move a lot more freely in there, so we know it's getting stretchy. So a lot of the wrinkles came back. What I like to do is I pulled this side and then went and pulled the other side. And now that that side's stapled in, I'm going to heat this up for good and stretch this out. So you can see this is a lot wider than here just by stretching that. Okay, let's go put the cushions on. So the cushions are just held on with screws, so if you need to remove them, they're very easily removable. So you see they're flat forward. Push them in. That's it. Got a diamond seat. I just gotta clean this up and we'll do the next one. Okay, so you can see something has changed. I left yesterday to go to the funeral, thought I'd be back in time to finish up the gold medal flake seats, and then I wasn't back in time and it snowed last night. All week the weatherman said it would be about 1.2 to 1.4 inches of snow, and then they jumped it to 3 to 6 inches, and then it looks like we got about 10 inches. Now that it's like, I think it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, everything's shoveled out. Really missing my snowplow guy, Derek, because there's a lot of shoveling to do today, and I think he's probably mad because he's shoveling too right now. I should have probably went over and helped him shovel, but I got to get these videos done because let's be honest, we had entertainment is more important than shoveling snow, right? Let's get back to the gold metal flake seats. Just like yesterday with the gray metal flake seats, I came in early. Well, today's not really early, but it's cold. The heat's just kicking on now. It's funny, I watched this hot rod shop in California, and I guess it was cold last week there in the 50s, and they were saying how they couldn't use their hands and all the other stuff. Well, we just had to shovel 10 inches of snow, and it's like 27 degrees. Although I guess now everybody up in Maine and Vermont, Minnesota, they're gonna be like, well, we just shoveled 30 feet of snow and it's negative 40 degrees. And that's crazy. But this is cold enough for me. So now the material doesn't want to move because it's so cold, it's really stiff. So I'm just warming it up, trying to beat the heat. Oh, there it goes. Whenever you heat stuff up, you gotta be careful because heat rises. So keep your hand there. If it gets too hot for your hand, it's too hot for the material. Okay, so do you know what's funny is Rob just asked me, and I had said about the cold hands and the guys I was watching on YouTube, and he's like, you watch people on YouTube as well? I said, yeah, so basically a shout out to the guys who I like Bellows Customs, who I just started watching. They're in Los Angeles, I believe, somewhere in California, and they build like lead sleds, and I'm envious of them because I thought at this point in my life, that's all I'd be doing is building lead sleds. I love chop, channels, section, cool cars and stuff like that, and unfortunately, reality sets in over here where our business takes over what we have to do and don't get a lot of free time to build the cool stuff we want. So I love watching people like that are able to do that and you know, appreciate their, you know, amazing, you know, work that they do. And other than that, I watch Bella's Customs. I watch Devious Customs whenever they have stuff on there. Lately they haven't really done a lot of YouTube stuff. And then Jap Hands, I really like him. I think he's out of Canada. And I think that's pretty much it. I really don't have a lot of time to do it, so sometimes I'll go through there and then I'll watch those guys and see. They're entertaining to me and it's cool to see them do it. And shout out to all those guys. If you know anybody else, like good guys that are building cool custom stuff and they're on YouTube, you know, send us a link, let me know, because I'm always looking for people, you know, different people. Like, I don't like watching like the conventional, like whatever they force feed you on TV. It's nice to see like other shops, real life, and it is hard to find them in the Google algorithm. So when you're searching for stuff, a lot of these cool niche shops don't really pop up that well. So let us know. Okay, so here we go. Finishing up this set, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna see if I can show you how cool this metal flake looks. I don't know if as I'm washing it, you can see it. Okay, here you have it. Here's a pair of our metal flake bomber seats that look awesome in gassers and hot rods. They actually look really good in Dune buggies as well, obviously, and then boats. A lot of guys buy these for boats, and we have marine upgrades for them. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate you guys watching the video. Hopefully you like our seats and come back for some more. Thanks.